It's like I heard this saying in the past. It says, in order for one to conquer his flaws, first he must accept it. It's the same thing, you know. If you say you're without sin, then you're a liar and you deceive yourself. You know, so this likewise goes for a nation, okay? If a nation will not accept the fact that it's flawed, and it has been flawed always, it can never fix the problem until you accept that there is a problem. And in this country, we've always had this thing going on, this divide and conquer strategy. It says in the Bible that Satan's kingdom is divided against itself. So how can it stand? And what he was talking about is the Sadducees versus the Pharisees. That at the time when Jesus was around, they were vying for control of the temple, and who got to profit the most from sacrificing. Because what they did, they turned the sacrificing of the Judaic religion into a business, a commodity, into a cash cow, basically. So it's profitable. Keep sinning, buy more sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's the same thing with the Pope. The Pope used to say you were a murderer, a cutthroat, a pirate, a robber. You could go to the Pope and pay him 200 bars of gold, and he would forgive your sins. And he would take the part of Jesus and allow you ascension into the heaven next to the Father. Because in order to get to the Father, you got to go through the Pope, which is Antichrist. That's exactly not what the Bible says. But this is how, you know, it's been twisted, misconstrued for profit. It's always the same damn thing. But there has been this Willy lynchery that has been ever present throughout society. I watched a documentary last night about Hitler, and Hitler used to get in power. He went through something called the Workers' Party, okay? And even now, I see people like Alex Jones, people like Mark Dice. They're basically Workers' Party members. You know what I'm saying? And these are the people Hitler spoke to because they were being pimped on. And these workers gathered together and became the SA, and they basically helped centralize Germany. And then after they helped these workers, you Mr. KKK, you white guy that's middle class and is afraid of the invading hordes of minorities that are going to come take your women and you don't reproduce fast enough. Well, after these men helped Hitler rise to power, Night of the Long Knives. So I'm not against. It's not. I'm not a classist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a caste system type guy, dude. I think that's totally fucking backwards, flawed, broken, satanic, Babylonian. I mean, and then I just seen, you know, basically how Nimrod conquered everyone was through peace and safety. He promised them peace, safety, and I will provide you your food, your wood, your water, but just submit to me. Kind of like 300 when Xerxes sent the, I just want a small offering of water and earth. You know what I'm saying? So we got the same thing going on now. But here's how this Willy lynchery breaks down. You know, you got the Mexicans, they believe that they're the Aryan. They got something called the raza, which is it's another race gang, another blood religion, just like the Nazis, the blood religion. It's an exclusive club, this racial elitism. You got the people call themselves Jewish, which they're actually the rabbinical Jews, which are actually, they're not really even Jewish, dude. They're or they're not Jew. They're Babylonians. They're imposters. And if you look into the Talmud, it's exactly the same thing as the racist ass KKK, the racist ass white supremacist groups, the neo-Nazis. Their doctrine is identical to the neo-Nazi. You got the Hitler was a knight from the Vatican, the Teutonic Knights. All these organizations go right back to the Vatican. So you got more Willy lynchery. Willy lynchery is the way of the New World Order, and that's exactly what Hitler was doing. Was he was becoming? He was trying to make a new order, a new world order, and he even did become a Nimrod, because basically his people looked at him like he was the sun. And if you look at all their sun symbolism in their cult, or you could even say it was the black sun, which is Odin. You know, what's a black sun? A black sun's like when you get a full eclipse. You know what I'm saying? The sun is black, it's darkened, but yet there's a ring of light around it. You know what I'm saying? Stuff is real. It's not. It's very easy to figure out. It's not that hard to read in between the lines and, see the connections. But in America here, this is how they kept the slaves down, is that they would turn the young against the old, the light skin against the dark skin, the half-breeds against the full-bloods, the man against the woman, and what it is like the Workers' Party. Basically, that would be called the house Negro, as Malcolm X said. The field Negro is, is the scum, the degenerates that just like, look, dude, if we didn't keep them working, they couldn't. We're doing them a favor. It's humanitarian to keep these guys working all the time, and we'll give them the scraps from our table to sustain them enough so they can keep working. Keep working. Nothing to see here. It's so simple, dude. And in the American Christian church, churchianity is what I call it, is another. It's just Willy lynchery. Now they got this. I mean, the Willy lynchery is all these different denominations. It's like that keeps us fighting each other over minor petty ideological or interpretation or whatever the case, whatever that dividing issue is. Instead of like, all right, listen, we cannot partake of the we are one. That's the opposite of Willy lynchery. See, what they're doing is they're trying to give you this all-inclusive, but if you know how these people operate, you're subhuman. What it is, they want all of us subhuman monkeys, us degenerates, to lobby up and banner together under the New World Order. I mean, basically, we can all be accepted by the New World Order. You'll get in, all right, but how long will you survive under it? Because look in Nazi Germany, incrementally, they just kept killing more people. Then they started sterilizing their own people. Because, I mean, I don't care, dude. Listen, you could take two retarded, deformed people. They could have children. And they could have a perfectly normal, actually a genius child. So their whole eugenics, we got to sterilize the population to make the pure bloods. It's a total bullshit. It's fear-mongering. And it's not even proven that it even really works. But you got La Raza. You got the Aryan, which that goes into a lot of different places. Vatican, the monarchy of England, the aristocrats, the KKK here, and neo-Nazis here. So then you got the Black Skull and Bones, where they believe that they're the gods and goddesses. The women are the goddesses and the men are the gods. And they're called the archons. This is the Black Boule. It's Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones is Nazis. The CIA, Nazis. That's straight up Operation Paperclip. But they had to get gatekeepers to control the blacks. So they made this sub Skull and Bone for black people so they can feel included. And then they can actually teach them the ways of manipulation. And Willy lynchery, and they are all Uncle Tommy. You know what I'm saying? They are all selling out, and a lot of listen. There's a lot of white Uncle Toms out here too. Sorry, but that's basically what's going on here. They're like, hey, I'm a house Negro. I don't want to go to the field. You know what I'm saying? Basically, so I'm gonna toe the line. So then you got okay. Then I mean, I'm not sure. I know the Asians. You know, they got their dragon cult, the sun dragon cult. You know, over there. But listen, I'm no expert over there. I'm not from around there. I only have a limited view into their inner workings. You know what I'm saying? I can only see so much from at this present time. But I'm sure it's there. It's in India. You definitely know it's in India because look at the caste system, the Brahmins. There you go. There's your elites. There's your skull and bones. There's your Rasa. There's your the Boule. Even the Native Americans here, the Great Lakes Indians. We said that our race, the spontaneous man, is called the Anishinaabe. So I mean, even the Indians have their own kind of Aryan type of outlook on things. Though they were at the beginning. See, Indians never really discriminated on each other if they were half, if they were quarter. Though there was some of that going on when there was intermingled between tribes. But see, what they couldn't turn the Indian man into slaves, but they could get traders out of Indian tribes that would go and hunt down the other tribes. They could recruit soldiers because the Indians were warriors. So I mean, they did mercenary things sometimes. It's like, I don't care who we're fighting. It's just, I want to go fight. Oh, and these people are going to pay me? Okay, my tomahawk, my blade, my gun is yours. You know what I'm saying? Until our mission's over. So, but the Willy lynching happened because it came straight out of the Jesuit schools. There you go, the Catholics too. The Catholics have the Jesuits, and they got the white pope, the black pope. Their kingdom is divided. You know what I'm saying? That's a telltale sign that when something's degenerating into a satanic system, is how you can just look how divided the kingdom is within itself. But here's the thing: there is a division, because in this world, if you believe in the Bible, you cannot be one with all. You can only be one with your other brethren that are that believe in the Bible and have that understanding. You know, though I don't hate anyone outside of that who doesn't believe as I do. But, I would hope that you would have an open mind and just research a little more. Because, listen, I'll listen to some Muslims speak about what they believe in. I'll listen to Buddhists. I'll listen to, atheists. I'll listen to straight scientific people who believe science is God. I'll listen to humanists. I'll give it an ear. But that doesn't mean, what you're going to say is going to ring true to me. And since I listen to all these different things, I have an understanding of what you're talking about, actually. I have an understanding of both. I have an understanding of the spiritual and the secular. And, and the ideological. And, history repeats itself. It's like Lao Tzu said this. He said, he who knows his history goes into the future holding the reins of the horse. A man who doesn't know his history is just blown about. It's like having a ship with no rudder on it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have nothing to base, to figure out where you're going, where you're heading, or where you came from. So that's why I wanted to bring up this divide and conquer Willy lynchery.